Hello, my name is Andrew Allen, and I'm here to teach you how to play Brush Brothers Paint Company. In Brush Brothers, players are new employees for the Brush Brothers Paint Company and are competing to make the best first impression by mixing colors and racing to complete company goals. To set up, take the player cards and separate them by value in the bottom right-hand corner. All cards with a 0 in the bottom right-hand corner are the player's starting cards. All cards with a 4 in the bottom right-hand corner are the player goal cards. All the remaining cards, the cards with 2s and 1s in the bottom right-hand corner, are the paint selection cards. To set up, take the player goal cards, shuffle them, and take the top 4 goal cards and place in a row in the center of the table. The remaining goal cards will not be used in the game. Take the player's starting cards and deal 2 of each color to each player. In this way, each player will have 8 starting cards, 2 red, 2 yellow, 2 blue, and 2 white. We'll go ahead and set up for a 2-player game. The remaining starting playing cards are set aside and are not used in the game. Finally, take the paint selection cards, shuffle them, and take the top 8 cards. These cards you'll go ahead and lay on the table as well in a line underneath the player goal cards. This will make the paint selection row. The remaining paint selection cards are placed in a pile next to the paint selection row. For individual player setup, take your 8 starting cards and shuffle them together. Take the top 4 of them to make your player hand. The remainder are your player deck. The player discard will go face up next to the player deck. Select a starting player and you're ready to play. In Brush Brothers, you collect points by collecting the player goals and by mixing new colors. On a player turn, you have 2 main actions. Players may mix colors or match colors. If you look at a card, you can see the colors that are on the bottom are the colors that are required to mix every card. In this case, lime, you must have a green and a yellow or a blue and 2 yellows in order to mix this lime. So if I were performing the mix action, I would reveal 2 cards from my hand that meet the requirements of one of the cards in the center row. In this way, I would be able to collect that card. If I used my blue and my red, I could collect the purple. If I did so, I would then place my blue and my red in the discard pile along with the card I just collected. I have now mixed that color. I may take any number of actions in my turn, so if I could mix another color, I may do so. I can also match. If I choose to match, I would reveal a card in my hand, like this pink. I would reveal a card in my hand that matches a color that is already in the center row. I would then be allowed to pick up that color for my personal play area. To do so, I would just reveal this pink and pick up another pink and place them all in my player discard pile. At the end of my turn, after I have done as many actions as I would like, whether it be none or many, I then replenish back to 4 cards in my hand. If I ever choose not to take any player actions, I may instead discard any number of cards and place them in my discard, and then draw to replace. At the end of my turn, I draw back up to 4 cards. If my draw pile ever completely runs out, then I shuffle my player discard pile to become my new draw pile. After I draw my new cards, I then replace the cards in the center row, refilling it back to 8. As you play, the paint selection pile will gradually deplete. When this pile runs out, players, including the player who just took a turn, will have one last turn. Once the game is over, the players tally up their points, whether it be from the paints they've collected or from the goals. They tally up their points, and the players with the most points wins. To collect a player goal, players must have the required colors on a goal card anywhere in their play area. In this case, if I had rose and mustard anywhere in my play area, whether it be my hand, discard pile, or draw pile, I would qualify to pick up this goal card during my turn. If players don't believe you, you may prove it to them by revealing your cards wherever they may be and shuffling your deck afterwards if needed. But in most cases, players will know or remember what cards you had. If I pick up this goal, I then set it aside and it is worth points for me at the end of the game. At the end of the game, players tally up their points from all of their cards, including their goal cards, and the players with the most points wins. Welcome to the Brush Brothers. We hope you enjoy. Have fun.